Alright, so the first thing we're going to do each day is we're going to do a brain dump for the unit that we're working on. The very first unit that we're going to work on, obviously, is geography and colonization. Now, we did this one way back in August and September, so this will be a little bit of a refresher for you. Don't worry, follow along. You're going to get to see this video more than once, and you're going to get your opportunity to see if you remember as we do this. So pay close attention and follow along as you can. So first of all, what we want to do on a sheet of paper is we're going to want to draw a line that goes down something like this. We're going to want to draw something over here that kind of looks like that, and then we're going to want to draw this right here. All right, so we have what is basically the northeast part of North America where the colonies were founded. We have England, and then we have Africa right here. All right, where the colonies were founded, England and Africa. All right, so first of all, we need to talk about who settled and why they settled in North America over here. So we know there's 3 of them, but we're going to start with the one that we all remember from 6th grade and 7th grade, which is Spain, and they settled for the 3 G's, gold, God, and glory. Then we have France, who we also learned about back then in 6th grade, and they came for fur and trade, and mostly they settled in the majority part of what is Canada right now. And then we have England, and England settled along the northeastern seaboard of the United States, which is now, and they separated us up into 3 regions. We have the New England, which is the northernmost one, the middle, obviously it's in the middle, and then we have the southern. So our colony regions are the New England colonies, middle colonies, and the southern colonies. Okay, let's talk about a few settlements that we have. The very first permanent settlement was in the south, and this one was founded in 1607, and this was Jamestown. Jamestown was founded for King James in 1607. Then we have the other one, which is going to be in 1620, and this is Plymouth. This is the one where the Pilgrims and the Puritans came over from England, chartered a boat, got all the way over here, and they came here for religious persecution because they were not allowed to practice their religion in England. New England colonies were prominently founded for religious purposes. The middle colonies, these were founded by a lot of immigrants, and they settled, majority of them settled in New York City. All right. The southern colonies were founded for economic purposes, obviously, because the climate and the geography was perfect for growing anything they could find. And as a matter of fact, the very first cash crop was tobacco that was actually brought over from Spain by John Ralph to Jamestown. Okay. Now, in the middle colonies, they were known as the breadbasket colonies because they grew a lot of grains and wheat, things you find in bread, and they were actually could grow that so well in the middle colonies that it actually fed the entire world at a time. The New England colonies, because of the rocky terrain, they had to look elsewhere, so they looked towards the sea where they did a lot of shipping and trading. They also did a lot of fishing and whaling, and what they could use on land in their geography was trees as timber. And all of these things, all these were raw materials that were sent to England, where there they would manufacture them, trade them in Africa for slaves, and the slaves would go back to the colonies where they would then work to send more raw materials over. This was a system called mercantilism that benefited the mother country, made the king a lot of money, but in return it made the colonies sad because they had to buy back what they were already producing over here and sending to England. All right. We called this triangular trade, where the raw materials went to England, manufactured goods went to Africa, and then the slaves went to the colonies. Now, one last thing is, because of the distance between England and the colonies started governing themselves and also setting their own laws and running their own governments. This was examples of Magna Carta in Plymouth, House of Burgesses in Jamestown and Virginia, and the Fundamental Orders of Connecticut later on in Connecticut up in the New England colonies. So there you have it. This right here is your first brain dump. Don't worry, you're going to get to see this again. Enjoy.